All right, so everybody ready for some Bowman baseball? I'm going to guess that the answer is yes, because, yeah, we've been waiting on it, right? Since Friday. Finally, it is here. And as we normally do, I'm going to go over a little bit of information before we actually get started ripping. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So feedback, it is set to be automated on eBay. Of course, anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. And obviously a super big thank you tonight, right? Not just for the normal bidding, breaking, and chatting, but you guys were great and hung in there with me while we've dealt through or worked through, excuse me, this deal with Topps not sending out their product on time and partially shipping it and all that. But we've got it here now. And thanks everyone for working through that with me. This is what our upcoming break schedule looks like. Of course, I left tonight on there just so for reference purposes. Obviously, this is our rescheduled break. It was originally scheduled for Friday night. It's our 6-box break of 2020 Bowman Baseball, and it is break number 1. Loose boxes from a shared case. On Thursday night, tomorrow night, we're going to break Noir Basketball. That's actually a new release product from, well, for today. It came out today, but we're going to break it tomorrow because I wanted to make sure that it got here on time. And those are, again, loose boxes from a shared case to make a case quantity. That kind of stuff always in the listing description, of course. On Friday night, we'll start a little bit later than normal, not much, 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific. And we're going to break a 6-box half case of Select Baseball, and it happens to be the back half of the case that we started last night. Saturday and Sunday will both be off nights. On Monday night, we're going to break 2020 Panini Contenders Draft Picks Football by the half case. Once again, loose boxes from a shared case. That's the theme this week, isn't it? That is actually a Friday release, but once again, I decided to delay it to make sure that we got it here on time. I got a little gun shy after Bowman. So, yeah, hopefully after that we'll be able to go back and start planning once again on breaking on release days, I'm hoping. So for this product tonight, once again, break ended actually on Friday the 22nd. We're breaking it tonight, which is Wednesday the 27th. I'm going to try to have this out the door to you no later than Saturday. I'm going to try to get it sooner than that. I hope it's not going to be later than that. It would have to be something unexpected to push it into a later time frame than that. But I'm going to try very, very hard to get it out to you sooner. You guys have been so nice and patient to wait on this break. So this is a 6-box case, half case break, 2020 Bowman Baseball. And you know all the rest of the details because we just talked about them. But what you haven't seen yet, the list of teams and the winning bidders across from each team. Only one person completely backed out of their bid, and that was the Mets. We did find someone else who wanted to pick that team up, so that was taken care of there. I know we had one other person who had a team in here that they didn't want, then they did want, and then they didn't want, and then they ultimately, we didn't find anybody else to pick it up on short notice, so they ultimately retained that team, and so we're pretty well set there. We're going to just be able to rock and roll tonight. I am going to change up the focus here, as I always do. Your background's going to get blurry. Don't worry, we're still going to be able to see all of our cards and everything that we need to see. I just don't like all the zooming in and out. Also, we got a little something extra tonight, as I promised you guys, for being patient and considerate while we were dealing with all of our Topps delays. We're going to open this autograph baseball, and this is a brand I haven't opened before. It's called Historic Autographs, and it's got a signed baseball in there. So we're going to open this as a little bonus for you. And it will work like this. If it happens to be a current player that will go to, and current meaning active, it's going to go to the team that they are on right now. If it is a retired player, it will go to the team they played for the longest. So this is just a little bonus to say thank you for your patience. And of course, somebody's going to walk away with this. hopefully it's going to be cool. I've heard a lot about historic autographs, but I haven't. And I've opened some of their other products. I just had never opened any of their baseballs before. But we found this one, and everything is hard to find these days. Memorabilia or otherwise, it's all hard to find. Is it going to tell us who it is? Are we going to know who this is? Well, wouldn't you know, it's it's an actor. It's an actor who played in the movie Major League. So wouldn't that just be the case, that we get one that isn't actually a team? Yeah, it's not actually a team. Tom Berenger from Major League. So it is Beckett authenticated. You'll see that little sticker on there, and there's your Beckett COA that goes with it. And Jay Allen says he likes historic autograph baseballs, and now he doesn't, because he doesn't like this one. All right, so celebrities, you know how that works when it's celebrities or mascots, or well, mascots would go to the team they're for, or you know, somebody that's not really affiliated with a team per se. Normally we use random.org. So we're just going to set this aside. We'll deal with that, I guess, at the end of the night, or I guess we could do it now. Does it really matter? I guess it really doesn't. Although, hang on just a second. I'm just checking one thing here. You know what? Technically, guys, Major League is, of course, technically it's about the Cleveland Indians. And so realistically, I guess it should be the Indians. If we were to pull an autographed jersey, for instance, that was signed by him, it would have been an Indians jersey and would have gone to the Indians. So being that he excuse me, put the inscription on there, Major League, which tells us that's the movie, which was about the Cleveland Indians. Yeah, I think that's a Cleveland Indians hit. I had to just think about that for a minute, because I know we've had some Major League jerseys and things before, and I believe that is how we've always handled them, as going to the Indians. Sorry, guys. I mean, I tell you, I think I'm good, and then right as we start this, of course, I get the wonderful asthma allergy attacks, so you guys get to listen to me hack and cough and clear my throat, and that's just wonderful, isn't it? So we've got 6 boxes coming up here. Of course, we're looking at 1 autograph card per box. We're going to find, as we normally do in Bowman, lots and lots and lots of base, tons of base, massive amounts of it. There are both chrome and paper parallels. And for the most part, unless something is numbered, we're going to buzz right on through here at a pretty good little clip. All of the cards are shipping out of here, paper and chrome. That is not always the case. If we start breaking full cases and things of that nature, then most likely we'll peel the paper base off separately, as we have done in the past. But when we're doing half case quantities, we'll probably keep it all card shipping. But just to be on the safe side, I would say when some more listings pop up on eBay, just make sure that you double check to see if it says paper base doesn't ship, or in the absence of something saying that, you know that it will ship. And Jay Allen, how you been, man? What's going on? You're the only one hanging out here with me in chat at the moment. Nobody's used to me starting this early, of course. But I originally, when I said the 8 o'clock start time, thought that maybe we could get finished in time for you guys to then participate in your normal nightly breaks. That was the thought process. So, and I tell you what, I'm going to step away from the microphone for 1 second and just try to cough this away. Oy. Whatever that is about, I don't want you to have to listen to it up close and personal, and hopefully that one big cough maybe will get rid of it. I doubt it, because I've been doing it all day, but you never know. See, because I went outside again today, and They were mowing when I went outside. I know better than to go outside when the neighbors or anybody near me is mowing because, excuse me again, this is exactly what happens. I know, right? I'm allergic to trees and grass. Isn't that lovely? All right, so there's a nice little chrome parallel that we see for the Cubbies and Nico Hornerer. And of course, he's hot young rookie there for the Cubbies. But nice looking chrome parallel there for Nico. And again, we'll go through our base. A pretty good clip. There's an example of just the base chrome. They're usually going to come together in a pack, one right after the other like they did there. Another chrome insert, and again, it is Nico. So I guess we're going to be seeing him quite a bit tonight, so it would seem anyway. And more chrome, a couple more there. And we will find lots of these. We do find lots of them every year. It's called Talent Pipeline and just shows some of the up-and-coming players for various franchises. That particular one happens to be the Mariners, but we'll end up seeing quite a number of those before it's all said and done. Jay Allen, you were helping your dad and popped a rib. Oh, ooh, man. Listen, I know that hurts. You remember this probably. Do you remember when I fell and busted up my rib a while back? Maybe a year or two ago. Do you remember that? Talent Pipeline for the Nationals. So yeah, guys, Jay Allen's been breaking with me a long time, so he probably remembers when I did that because, you know, I always tell you guys, even when I do dumb stuff like fall and crack a rib. But, oh, it hurt so bad. It took a while to get over that, too. And this is yet another type of chrome insert, and this one is for the Tigers. And that's just, what is the name of that insert there? I don't even know what that says on it, but anyway, Sporting Globe, maybe? Something like that. Anyway, it would seem to be a spotlight on international players, and I believe I would expect we'll find a lot of them. Top 100, that's another Bowman staple that we see every year. Those, again, typically not numbered, but they are refractors, which, of course, so are the Pipeline. The entire set of Pipeline and the entire set of Top 100 should be refractors in here. If we do find one that's numbered, of course, I'm going to point that out to you. And here we have Rookie of the Year favorites. That's what this insert looks like this year. That is another insert series where the whole thing will be a refractor. Every card in that series should refract. Some more base chrome and a lot of paper base. See, I knew you'd remember that. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the worst, man. I feel bad for you because that hurt for a long time when I did that. I was sure I had broken it too. Oh my gosh, it hurt so bad. It gives me new respect for like football players and stuff that get hurt on the field and they say, oh, you know, they fractured a rib, or the ones that even try to play with fractured ribs and stuff. Oh, no way. Yankees, there's your man Dominguez. And that's another one of our Sporting Globe inserts. So apparently that whole set looks like they will be refractors also. So we may not necessarily sleeve all those as we go. Might wait and do it later as we're doing with some of our top 100s and others that you've seen go by. More base chrome. Of course, you can always tell they've got the little, well, they look different, but they also, the base chrome, have the little word chrome in that upper right-hand corner. And there's Alzolay for the Cubbies. Right as I say, we're not going to sleeve them all live, and I sleeved it anyway, but that's okay. It's going to get done ultimately. So I'm just trying to respect your time this evening, that's all. Oh my gosh, you got the hiccups earlier with the messed up ribs. Oh, that is awful. It's not funny because I remember it. Like if I had to cough, or the worst was if somebody made me laugh. For the first week or so, if somebody made me laugh, it hurt so much. Numbered to 125, the first color of the night. We've got a little shimmer there for the Orioles. with Rodriguez, bringing our first color of the evening. Another top 100, and that one was for the Indians. And there's a Mariners chrome, another chrome, and that one was the Braves. I don't know how I feel about the design this year. This seems kind of like a, I don't know. Usually I like the design a little better for Bowman than what I see this year. I don't mind the design of the chrome cards as much, but the design of the regular base seems a little blah, doesn't it? But this isn't blah. That is headed to my little Cincinnati Reds. You know how I love my Cincinnati Reds. And we have a Reese Hines coming out with an atomic refractor for Cincinnati. Another insert type. First one of these we've seen, hidden finds, and they don't have any numbering on them, but they do, of course, refract. I'm sure we'll find plenty more of those before it's all said and done. More top 100. That a nice little Wander Franco there for the Tampa Bay Rays. That's a nice one. And here we have another anniversary. We saw one earlier with Nico, and this one is Mr. Christian Yelich for the Brewers. So nice little chrome insert hit for Milwaukee. Top 100 again, Diamondbacks. Of course, I said those cards always said chrome on the left. Sometimes they say it on the right, but either way, whenever you see that little word chrome, you know that it is a base chrome parallel. J. Ellen, you said you were moving a log from a tree you cut down. Oh, and you heard the loud pop. Oh, that's the worst. That is just, oh, I think that's almost, I don't know, that seems almost worse than what I did, because it didn't make a big crunching sound. I just fell and cracked it, and it hurt real bad. But if I'd heard a big pop, I think I probably would have freaked out a little bit. All right, our autograph out of box number 1. I'm loving this one. You know I like this kid. Dustin May. It's for the Dodgers. And it is numbered to 499. You've got your chrome refractor autograph for Dustin May and the Dodgers, the first hit we see. There's another anniversary chrome, and it is Forrest Whitley for the Astros. Yeah, so I don't know. Something about the base design just seems kind of, I don't know, less than interesting this year, doesn't it? Or is it just me? It's Royce Lewis and the Twins. Usually it seems a little more interesting than this year's does. I don't know why I feel that way. There's a Casey Mize. Another Globe insert. And, of course, Casey Mize is a Detroit Tiger. I think it said that on the back, but in case it didn't, so that is where he goes. Some of the other Bowman is starting to show up now, too. I've got one group that'll be here tomorrow. One place got part of theirs, and has already shipped it, and I'm sorry, it'll be here Friday, not tomorrow, Friday. A day off all week. And then they think they're going to get the rest of theirs probably on Friday. So then I'll have more next Tuesday, in theory. So it's just kind of coming in little pieces, parts, and dribs and drabs. But eventually we're going to get it all, I guess. Rookie of the Year favorites, Dustin May for the Dodgers. Top 100. And I know there are some of you who said to hold your teams, that had teams with select, and you said, yeah, just wait and ship it all together with Bowman. And for those of you who elected to do that, which I believe was pretty much everybody who had teams in both spots, I will, of course, as I told you in the email, upgrade that to priority mail shipping. And this is going to be the next break that is sorted and shipped. So I'm going to be working on sorting it and getting it ready starting tomorrow and until I can get it out the door. So again, hoping that will be Saturday. Try very hard. Yeah, Jay Allen, maybe that's what it is. He says it looks just kind of plain. That might be, I mean, that's a good way to describe it. It just doesn't have much pizzazz. Although, I mean, it's never like Bowman cards are super fancy, exactly, but something about this design just, I don't know. Something about it just doesn't totally thrill me. I don't hate it, but I don't like it as much as I usually like Bowman designs. Of course, I swear, I think Bowman this year, it's about like having gold. Now, I assume as the rest of the distributors get the remainder of their orders in and start getting them out to people, that prices and stuff will come down a little. But you guys probably remember I told you about the hobby shop and trying to acquire some boxes from them. Well, theirs finally came in yesterday. And they had, you might recall, told me last week that it was going to be, I think it was $325 a box they wanted for it. And then they called me back to tell me it had finally arrived and to see if I still wanted some. And then they said, oh, well, it's only $275 a box. I said, oh, I thought you told me that retail was $325. Because, of course, they don't know that I know what retail really should be on it. And he says, oh, well, you know, we decided to sell it a little bit below the retail so that everybody who wants to buy it has an opportunity to get some. And I'm just thinking to myself, that's because nobody would buy it at $325 a box. It was the White Sox and Louis Robert. Nice one. More chrome parallels. And there is another one of our hidden finds. I don't know why they wouldn't call that hidden gems or something, but anyway, they don't. So top 100. So, but you know, there'll be plenty of people that'll buy it. They'll sell out of it probably at $275 a box. As crazy as that sounds, I believe that they will sell out of it at that crazy price. I really do. There is a Sean Murphy for the Oakland A's, and I really do think we are just going to wait to sleeve all these chromes refractors until later because we are hitting so many of them. It's going to slow us down considerably. Blue Jays with a refractor insert. Couple of base, and this one we will sleeve because it's numbered. It is a base refractor to 499 for the Cubs with Amaya. So we've had 2 numbered base and then the 1 numbered autograph so far. Garrett's here. Hey, Garrett. You said all you need is a J-Rod, and Jerry's here too. Hey, all kinds of people jumped in here when I wasn't looking over there a minute ago. Jay Allen said I need to tell the moron that I know what retail is. Oh, I always like to kind of just see how far they go down the rabbit hole, you know? Because it would have been one thing, that's the Giants for Elio Ramos, if he had just said, look, you know, this product's in high demand and so we've got to ask more than retail. You know, I'm totally fine with that. But these people, of course, bought the store from the guy that I had a really good relationship with who owned that store for 20 years, more than 20 years. Mariners anniversary, chrome parallel, Rodriguez Mariners. And so I don't really know these people who took it over. In fact, I haven't even been in there since they took it over, because they're really, they deal more with like Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering and that kind of stuff. And they just bought the store thinking it would be a good additional outlet for that. And it would give them an inroad into sports cards, which they didn't previously have an inroad in there. So here's an atomic refractor. It is headed to the Padres. And I think that's our second atomic. That one is Joey Cantillo. So they kind of changed the store up anyway. Pipeline Yankees. And have a lot more of that kind of stuff in it. And I just really hadn't been back in there too much. Well, really at all since they bought it. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to find out a little bit about what kind of people I was dealing with. Blue Jays, brown. And since they did not tell me, hey, this product's in high demand, and so we have to ask more for it, which is what I would hope that they would have said. It's a talent pipeline for the Phillies. They chose to instead try and lie and tell me that that was the retail price. So at least I know how to expect things to be going forward. It's Hunter Green, top 100 for my Cincinnati Reds. But I wasn't about to tell him I knew, because, you know, I'd mess up the whole game then. Savali and the Indians. But hey, how else are you going to figure out who you're dealing with, right? Give them an opportunity, see what happens. See how they respond, and then you know. There is a top 100 Sean Murphy for the Oakland A's. Garrett, you said you've been watching but also feeding your son. So you are silently watching the break. So, hey, he doesn't even know that we're talking about him then. But we're not talking about him bad, so that's okay. And I like multitasking. Man after my own heart right there, doing a little multitasking. And I put that in there upside down, didn't I? So let's try that one more time. This is the Padres and Edwards with an autograph. A base autograph for Xavier Edwards and the Padres. Oh my gosh, Jerry, you had triple bypass heart surgery on May the 4th? Wow. Well, you must be doing really well if you're hanging out here with us, Gavin Lux and the Dodgers. So I know that kind of stuff. My dad has had not triple bypass surgery, but he's had different heart things done over the years. Has had heart disease runs on his side of the family. So I know some of that stuff, they really ease you back into getting things going. So Riley Green, Tigers. So I'm thinking you must be doing pretty well. So congrats on that. Jay Allen, you said you drive 200 miles to go around dealing with the shop from the people who told not quite the truth about the retail pricing. Yeah, I don't even know where another card store is near me. It probably is in, I'm going to say maybe the closest one might be Louisville, 75, 80 miles away. If there's one even there anymore. JJ Bleday, nice one for the Marlins. With an anniversary parallel. Hey, we got a blue border. It's our first blue of the night. And it is Anthony K. These are numbered to 150. This one is paper. And it goes to the Toronto Blue Jays. I still always sort the chrome out separately. Mount Castle, whatever, for the Baltimore Orioles. Should have just said Ryan, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm just always in the habit of setting the chrome out separately because a lot of times, well, anytime we do a full case, I only ship the chrome. I don't even ship the paper. Paper is a separate bidding category when we do the full case. That's a 100th for the Blue Jays. So over the years, I've just learned to always sort out the chrome separately. Even when it doesn't matter, like tonight, because we're shipping them all anyway from tonight. Jerry, you're doing well watching lots of breaks. Good. Good, good, good. Got something to keep you entertained. Jay Allen, you'd find another card shop. You just keep driving till you found another one. Well, fortunately, I don't have to rely on them too much. Now, when the other guy owned it, who I got along with and worked with very well, I got a lot of stuff from him because he didn't like to sell high-end stuff in the store. He just thought it sold too slowly, and he didn't like having the money tied up. So he would get all the high-end stuff and just sell it to me, which was great because then it helped his allocation numbers and he could get more of the stuff like Bowman and Series 1 and Series 2, which of course I would have also happily purchased from him, but he never wanted to sell that because that always sold really well in his store. But it worked out quite well, and I really did like working with Larry. And we did get a lot of extra stuff from him for a long time. And once he sold it, that all went out the door. Terry, hi. Yes, this is our break that, again, guys, for anybody who jumped in midstream, just to recap what we went over there at the top tonight, this is the Bowman half case of loose boxes, break number 1, that ended on eBay on Friday night that we had to reschedule to tonight because of Topps and the stupid way they released it and didn't send out half the product. Well, they didn't actually send out 75% of the product. And they're still getting that remaining 75% shipped out even this week. It's still not even all where it's supposed to be. But yep, that's this. That's what we are working on. Right now we have opened, what, 2? We've been through 2 boxes? Yeah, 2. And this is our 3rd box that we're starting on right now out of 6. So that's the deal. Oh, Jerry, you've got your 7-year-old nephew hooked on breaks? Ah, I like it. Sean Murphy and the A's. See, that's the way I think it should be. We get all the kids hooked. Because truly, isn't that when you got hooked? That's when I did, when I was a kid. Minnesota Twins. Not on breaks, obviously, because they weren't a thing when I was a kid. But on collecting and on cards and how much fun it could be. Yeah, it all started when I was a kid. The Padres and C.J. Abrams. So that's what I say, too. Get them young. Get them young and train them. A talent pipeline refractor that went by for the Rockies. There's some more chrome. One of them was a Dominguez for the Yankees, but it's just base chrome. Talent pipeline Red Sox. A little more chrome action. Oh, yeah, Jay Allen, I did go get all kinds of fun stuff from him. You're absolutely right. It's a top 100 Red Sox. Because he also had all kinds of product from past years. And a lot of it he had from then, like, never sold. Top 100 Detroit Lions. So, like, he might have stuff from 2013, 2012, you know, because he used to order so much stuff back in the heyday when card shops were all the rage and before the internet mostly killed them. You know, he might be ordering 8, 10, 12 cases of stuff. And so he might have sold 7 of them and still have 1, 2, 3 left, you know, whatever, that would still be there as of whatever, last year, year before last. So yeah, a lot of times I'd go in there and find some really cool stuff. We'd buy it and break it, and it was a lot of fun. This is the Astros and Freudis Nova with an atomic refractor. And there's his, another one. No, that's actually the Giants. Sorry, that was the chrome. Thought I had another Astros, but I didn't. Victor Mesa, Miami Marlins insert. Yeah, so I don't even know what those guys did with all that fun, older stuff when they took over the store. I had made an offer to try to buy it right as they were buying the store because they had stuff that wasn't, like they weren't going to get $1 million for it at retail or anything close to it. It was stuff that we would have just had more fun with. Savali Indians to break or to use as bonus packs or any variety of things. So I made an offer to buy quite a bit of it, and they never got back to me, and then I never really chased them down either, I guess. That one was the Red Sox. So I don't even know what they did with all that old stuff. Might still be sitting in there for all I know, but of course if it is, they've probably marked it up to 100 times what it should be priced. So, you know. Yeah, Jay Allen, we did have a lot of fun mixers from that. It was just, I loved going into his store. It was just like walking into a little museum. It was a lot of fun. The Dodgers are having pretty good luck tonight, and a lot of it is centered around this guy, Dustin May. And there's our first orange of the night. It is paper, and orange is, of course, numbered to 25. So that's a nice Gavin Lux to 25. Headed to the Dodgers. And we have hit upon our autograph. It looks like it is headed to the Yankees. So our autograph out of box number 3 is numbered to 499. It is a refractor autograph going to the New York Yankees. A little Everson ink there for you. I know you want Dominguez, but that's okay. That was still a good one. It's another anniversary parallel refractor. Drew Waters and the Atlanta Braves. Ooh, Jerry, you started in 1975, the Big Red Machine. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. Another Gavin Lux, Dodgers. Yeah, see, my family, Reds fans, so my sister and I were brought up to be Reds fans as well, and that, of course, is my favorite Reds era, too, the Big Red Machine. For the Texas Rangers, it is numbered to 499. It is a base refractor for Win. Yeah, Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, that was my sister's favorite player. And so my dad used to call her, did he call her Chicken Charlie or Charlie Chicken? I can't remember. But anyway, of course, Pete Rose was known as Charlie Hustle, but that was her favorite player. And I always, Johnny Bench was my guy. That was a Brady Singer for the Royals on a top 100 refractor. We've got a little more color coming our way. It's paper again. It's for the Royals. It's purple to 250 with Bobby Witt Jr. And my 2 favorite players of all time ever, that's Detroit Tigers, Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron. Love me some Hank Aaron, too. So, the Miami Marlins, Yamamoto, insert. Jay Allen, you started collecting in 1988, and you bought a 1977 Mike Schmidt. Ooh, very nice. You know, I had a ton of cards from the 70s, loads of them, and I sold them all when I was going into college. You know, I wasn't interested too much in card collecting all through college, and even for a number of years after I graduated, I still wasn't terribly interested. Kyle Lewis and the Mariners. And I wish, of course, I had kept all those cards from the 70s, but at the time it just seemed like, oh, I'd rather have the money, you know, I'm going off to college, I want the money and that kind of thing, and so I got rid of them all. It's a top 100 again. And then, of course, we were rolling into that era of junk wax, and then who cared about any of that anyway? It's top 100 Casey Mize, Tigers. And then I really didn't get back into it until, gosh, about 5 years ago, I guess. Something like that. Around 5 years ago. And when I did get interested in it again, I didn't even realize breaks were a thing. But as soon as I found them, oh boy. It only took me, I don't know, probably less than a week or two after I decided I was interested in collecting again to discover breaks. And then every day was like Christmas. Poor postman bringing me 100 packages a day. Not really 100, but probably bringing me 6 or 7 most days. And I just was like, oh, I love this. I love breaks. And then we know the rest of the story, so. So this is box number 4 that we are working on right now, coming out of the wrappers. Jerry Johnny Bench is your number 1, and Nolan Ryan is your number 2. That's a good one to have also as a number 2. Yeah, I've always kind of had a thing about catchers, and I guess it's probably just because Johnny Bench is and was always my favorite player. I really do tend to like the catchers a lot. So that's kind of a holdover to this day. I'm like, oh yeah, I always like to see catchers get drafted high. I'm like, yeah, I like that. But there were a lot of great players, of course, in the 70s. I mean, there's lots of great players now, too, but obviously baseball was a lot different then than it is now. Of course, at this point, we'll just be happy to have it back. I mean, let them go out there and hit it off a tee. Like, who cares? Let's just, let's just have some baseball, right? The latest that I saw was something about, I don't know, they're still going back and forth about what the players are going to be paid for the shortened season. And now it's supposed to be some kind of sliding scale. And the veterans are complaining that the rookies would end up getting to keep a higher percentage of their salary than the veterans will under this new plan. And so everybody's arguing about that. Nationals talent pipeline. But they better get themselves sorted out, because you know what? Some money better than no money, right? I mean, it's not like everybody else hasn't been impacted by all this, too. Andrew Vaughn, White Sox. Those guys making tens of millions of dollars. Sometimes you gotta step up and deal with it. Nobody likes it, but hey, we've all got to deal with it. Rookie of the Year favorites, A.J. Puck for the A's. Another Casey Mize. We've seen a bunch of those. I don't think I need to keep flipping those. We know they're not numbered. I think we can all agree on that by now. If one does somehow at some point look different and appear to be numbered, of course we would flip that. Jerry, you got a bench rookie card this week. Ooh, I have a bench rookie card, but it is well-traveled and well-loved, but I will never, ever give it up. That was the Orioles, because I got it when I was a kid. That's one of the few I kept when I sold my collection. I held back like maybe 10 cards. That was one of them. Talent Pipeline Red Sox. And of course, that rookie card predated me and my existence, but I had some older cousins who collected, and they happened to have that Johnny Bench rookie card. And one time at a family reunion, I managed to talk them out of it when I was still quite young, and I'm sure they didn't care at that point. I mean, it wasn't that uncommon then. Amaya Cubs. And I don't even remember what I gave them or traded them for it, but somehow or another I got it from them. And it was already kind of well loved then, and of course I was a kid, so I carried it around with me, and that was in the days before top loaders and sleeves and all that. Yelich and the Brewers. It's back in the days when people still put cards in their bicycle spokes. I didn't, but it was a thing some of my other cousins did. But anyway, I've always kept that card because it has some family significance attached to it, I guess. But even though it's beat up and whatever, I love it. Rookie of the Year favorites, Yordan Alvarez. That is the Astros. Yeah, so I don't... I hate to ask what you had to pay for it, Jerry. Like, was it a ton? Is it graded, the one you have? How jealous do I need to be? Wander Franco, Tampa Bay Rays, anniversary parallel. Rookie of the Year favorite, Yamamoto. Those are more that we probably don't necessarily need to keep flipping. I think we mostly know the deal with them, not numbered. And there's a couple of chrome. And there is a top 100. And some more chrome, Texas Ranger and such. Ooh, our autograph. We still have a lot of cards left to look through, though. So let's wait. Let's wait and flip it in a minute. I know. That's evil, isn't it? Is that cruel and unusual punishment? Maybe. Top 100, Hunter Bishop. And a top 100, Nick Lodolo. Aha, I'm looking forward to that kid for my little Cincinnati Reds. Provided, you know, that we don't trade him away. Hopefully we're not going to do that. I don't think we would. I hope we don't. It'd be very sad if that happened. There's a top 100 for the Rays, Hernandez. My mind wandered there for a second, sorry. It happens occasionally. Some of you might argue more than occasionally. Ah. Hi, Michelle. I see Michelle has joined us there in chat. We've got a Tampa Bay Rays atomic refractor, Ronaldo Hernandez. And there's a couple more chrome. Now we'll take a look at our autograph. I made you wait. I know, so mean. So mean I am. Well, we just had a lot of cards left to look through. It is the Tampa Bay Rays with Proctor, and it's gold. As Gomer would say, Shazam! That is numbered 250 with the gold Proctor for the Tampa Bay Rays. Meanwhile, you're going, why couldn't that have been Wander Franco? That's all right. It's still a good hit. And for those of you who do not know, Gomer is Gomer Pyle from the Andy Griffith Show. I watched that in reruns some. I always go, Shazam! I don't know. Yeah, okay, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight, but for whatever reason, that's what came to mind. Shazam! The Tigers and Isaac Paradis was on the refractor insert there. And there's a nice little Wander Franco, speaking of. We were talking about him a minute ago. Tampa Bay Rays with an insert. Of course, all those other refractor inserts that need to be sleeved, I will sleeve them, guys. We're just going to do it after the break since there's so many. It would, you think it wouldn't slow things down a lot, but really it would because of the vast number of them. Michelle, you said Gary Nolan is from California, from Oroville, California, and your great uncle caught him in high school before Johnny Bench. Oh, that is cool. That's very cool. I gotta get another pack of sleeves. 1 second here. Yeah, I don't have any relatives that are sports superstars or even related to sports superstars or even particularly inclined towards sports. The closest that I can get is one of my close friends, one of my best friends, her cousin plays for the Vikings. That's as close as I can get you. I don't have anybody in my own family who's athletically inclined, I guess. Well, some of them might be athletically inclined, but not professionally. Anyway. You said church lady happens pretty regularly. Yeah, you're right, Jay Allen. She does. I do lapse into church lady occasionally. That's Saturday Night Live, though. Everybody knows church lady, probably. Jerry, you said your Johnny Bench was not graded, but it was only $70. Oh, that's good. That's excellent. And, of course, matches your cards that you had from when you were a kid. Yeah. I'm obviously not reading chat in order. Sorry. You put together 78, 79, and 80 sets back then. Oh, very good. Yeah, those are, some of those sets are really, would be tough to put together in this day and age with any kind of quality. Especially the rookies. Because, I mean, that was the chase back in the day. It wasn't all, you know, there was not autographs and relics and numbered cards or any of that stuff. It was finding the rookies. That was the thing. So, yeah, probably pretty tough to put those sets together. Paul is here. Hi, Paul. So, for those of you, once again, who may have jumped in midstream and haven't heard us go over this before, here's the deal. This is Bowman break number 1. It ended on eBay on Friday night, but the product didn't come because Topps really messed this release up massively. And we had to reschedule the break, and it of course, tonight. Nate Pearson for the Blue Jays. So everybody would have gotten an email from me, of course, the night of Friday night when all this happened, with the rescheduled date and time, of course, being tonight. And yeah, so if you were at break number 1 on eBay, this is where you need to be. That is Top 100 Detroit. And we've got ourselves another numbered card here. It is numbered to 50. That's supposed to be our gold parallel, although I got to tell you, it looks a little more like a mustardy yellow to me than a gold. But anyway, it's paper, it's to 50, it's the Tampa Bay Rays. So we've had a 50 and we've had a 75 in our paper. Higher too, of course, but those are the ones that count. McNeil, Mets. We will, at the end, recap our autograph hits and, of course, our atomic refractors and our numbered cards. There's a Kyle Lewis Mariners. And because I'm sure, since people have jumped in between, yes, all the cards ship out of this break. They may not always, so if you buy in some future breaks, always make sure that you read the details to know. That was Tampa Bay Rays, Brendan McKay. Because sometimes, especially if we do full cases of stuff like Bowman, I will strip out the paper base and make it a separate bidding category. We don't always ship the paper. We do tonight, but we don't always. Minnesota Twins. So anytime that happens, if something is different than all the cards shipping, where it will tell you that's a Riley Green Top 100, is right there in kind of the upper to middle part of the page where it gives you the quantity of the item being broken, the name of the item being broken, the date and the time of the break, and all that stuff that's in bigger letters and right kind of separated out in the middle. That is where it will always say it, right below that information in that general area if something is different than all card shipping. Aristides Aquino for my little Cincinnati Reds. Our hit's right there, but I'm just waiting. We're going to look at it a little bit later. Brewers, Talent Pipeline. Because we found it so early, I thought maybe we would save it back for a little bit. And we have got a blue shimmer. This is our first blue that is on a chrome. I believe we had a paper blue. This is our first blue chrome, and it is, of course, blue shimmer. It's for the Cardinals. It is numbered to 150. Sahaeus, is that how you pronounce his last name? I don't know. Possibly. Maybe. Maybe not. But anyway, it's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There's Lugo, Red Sox, with an insert. Jay Allen, what did you say ugh about? You said ugh, but I don't know ugh why. Luzardo for the A's. Oh, maybe you saw part of the hit. Luzardo for the A's. As Jay Allen needs the Phillies in here. He's looking for a little love for Philadelphia. You did see the hit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can sometimes see it. Not everybody did. Well, maybe everybody did. But anyway, I'm still saving it back. Pirates, Talent Pipeline. You know, if we find it super early, I just want to leave something left. That's Brendan Rodgers. Something left to look forward to there towards the end, that's all. Lots of cards in this break. The Nationals, Max Scherzer. Anniversary, Refractor, Parallel. Pretty much all of our inserts, our chrome inserts that are not the base chrome, are all going to be refractors in here, pretty much. And there's a little Sanchez for the Marlins, and that is an atomic refractor for the Miami Marlins. Angels. Anniversary. Joe Adele. He's the it guy right now for the Angels as far as prospects go. And there's a Tampa Bay Rays, Hernandez. Whoops, did I let a chrome go into? I did. Well, it doesn't matter because all the cards are shipping, but still. In the habit of separating them, we want to keep doing it. That's Robinson, Diamondbacks, top 100. I do like that design. I like the design of the inserts this year. It's just the base, not as much. That was Mariners. Now we're coming back around to our hit. It is a Kansas City Royal. It's a nice one. Bobby Witt Jr. for the Kansas City Royals. How about that? Nice. Numbered to 299. And what is this pattern called in Topps? Is it called Sparkle or Speckle? I can't remember. Topps calls it something. Panini calls it something else. I'm going to call it Sparkle. That may or may not be right. But it's Bobby Witt Jr. It's the Kansas City Royals. It's an autograph, and it's a good hit. So kind of worth waiting for to flip it over. At least if you have the Royals, it definitely is. Texas Rangers. This is paper. Light blue to 499. Solak. Couple more chrome, couple more paper base, and that wraps up box number 5. We are rolling into box number 6, a little last box mojo. Jerry, your nephew Xavion, did I say that right? And if I didn't, my apologies, because I'm really bad with name pronunciation. I think everybody knows that about me by now. But hi to your nephew, and if I pronounced Xavion incorrectly, well, I'm sorry, but I'm trying. Yeah, but everybody's happy to be out of school, right? I'm assuming, well, I think all across the country, pretty much didn't everybody's school season just conclude with at-home study? I think everybody fairly well has called it off by this point and just said, study at home for a while and then we'll worry about it in the fall. Would have been a dream when I was a kid, right? But also, I didn't know when I was a lot younger. I did, but it didn't really quite make it through to my brain when we would get snow days, we'd be like, oh, yeah. And there was one year where we got a whole bunch of snow days right in a row. And we were just thinking, oh, we are living large. This is great. Until we had to make up all those days really late in the spring. And we're all going, oh, man, we want to get out of school. So what you gain on one side, you lose on the other, usually. But in this instance, the learning from home, I don't know. I don't know how I would have done with that. I feel like I probably wouldn't have paid as much of attention as I should have. Not a whole lot. But then again, my mom probably would have been standing right over us and made sure that we paid attention. So Jay Allen's like me. He goes, I loved every day off from school. I know, we did too. We'd get up so early watching that weather report, right? Oh, please call it off. Please call it off. Oh, it was a thing. Paul, you need some Colorado Rockies to come out of this last box. All right, sir. We got the Mojo request in for your Rockies. I know Jay Allen's got a standing Mojo request for his Phillies. Let's see what we can find in here in our last box of the evening. Well, we are going to start off with an anniversary parallel of Mr. Sanchez for the Marlins. Talent Pipeline, the Giants. Of course, I guess at age 7, you're not really worried too much about anything like, that's Miami Marlins, Victor Mesa, about that kind of stuff too much yet. It was more, I guess, when we were right on the cusp of being teenagers, and when we were teenagers, that's when we were the most invested in, ooh, let's not have school, let's have a snow day. Talent Pipeline for the Rockies. I know it's just an insert and you want an autograph, I'm sure, but it's moving in the right direction. There's a Dominguez for the Yankees. We'll go ahead and sleeve him now just because of who it is. Again, most of the other stuff that needs to be sleeved is going to be sleeved after the break just because there's so much of it. We do a few as we go. Most we do later. Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. Because there's a big honking stack of it that'll have to be done ultimately. Here's another sparkle. Julio Rodriguez, Seattle Mariners. Nice. Those usually bring decent money. Dylan Cease for the White Sox. That pattern, I mean. And an Atomic Refractor, last one out, of course, one in each box, for the Braves, Pache, Christian Pache. Not too shabby there either. And that is Ian Anderson for the Braves. Followed by Detroit Tigers, Houston Astros, and the Detroit Tigers with some base chrome that went by. Don't know why I decided to randomly call those out, but I did. Oh, I did say his name right. Yay! That's so unusual for me. So, yeah, I'm really happy about that. Well, no, I usually butcher the names. Boston Red Sox, J.D. Martinez. There's a top 100 Bobby Dalbec. Ooh, purple Cincinnati Reds. It'll be to 250. It is paper. I believe this is Jonathan India. Yeah, it is. Paper, purple, 250, Cincinnati Reds, Jonathan India. A lot going on in that sentence, wasn't there? But you knew what I meant. Jay Allen, you said you rarely got... Oh, true. In South Carolina, you would rarely get days off because you wouldn't have all the snow days and things like I had. Yeah, that's true. You would have much better weather there. Mackenzie Gore, San Diego Padres, top 100. Yeah, for sure. You would not have gotten a whole lot of days off for stuff like that. AJ Puck, top 100 A's. And the Cubbies with an anniversary parallel. We've already seen one of those earlier for Nico. That's a bookend. A little bit of chrome, some more paper. And we're closing in on it. We got one little tiny stack left up there. You only got a day off for Hurricanes? That seems a little stingy. Joey Bart, top 100 for the San Francisco Giants. Padres and Phillies with some base chrome. A top 100 DL Hall for the Orioles. There's some more base chrome. And there's Alzolay for the Cubbies. Another one of our insert parallels. And our autograph's holding on to the end here, isn't it? We haven't seen it yet, have we? I don't think so. Red Sox and Cubbies. It's hanging out somewhere in this last little stack, I guess. I don't think we hit it yet. The Braves, Pache, anniversary, parallel. Insert, whatever you want to call it. Technically an insert, I guess. Luzardo for the A's. I tend to use insert and parallel interchangeably, and I really shouldn't. There's our last hit. I see it. I see it on the horizon. And it did hold on until almost the bitter end. And you know what? It's another Dodger. Yeah, it is. So the Dodgers get a second autograph out of 6 boxes. This is Andy Page's. And I'll tell you this, I believe it is the Dodgers team owner who at one point was not sure he was going to hang on to his team in this break. He was going back and forth about whether or not it was worth hanging on to and waiting the extra days. And I'd say after the break, he's probably glad he waited. He did all right in here. All right, so we are going to recap. Give me 1/2 of 1 second here to get myself organized and get this over here. We're going to take a look at numbered cards, autograph cards, atomic refractors, and the like. So let's do this stack first. So we've got atomic refractor here, Pache for the Atlanta Braves. We've got a sparkle for the Mariners with Rodriguez. And I should have shown you the back of this one. It's not numbered or anything, but for the sake of argument, now you saw the back of it too. For the Marlins, Sanchez, these are all atomic refractors left in the stack. For the Rays, Hernandez, the Astros with Freudis Nova. Cantillo for the Padres, and a little Reese Hines for the Cincinnati Reds. Next stack, these are numbered. Whoops, that's in the wrong spot, but mostly they're numbered and don't have autographs or anything attached to them. To 250, that one is paper. For the Reds, it's Jonathan India. This is also paper. To 499 for the Rangers. A blue shimmer chrome to 150. That's headed to the Cardinals. This is paper and supposed to be gold. That does not look like a gold color to me, but whatever. It's numbered to 50. It's headed to the Tampa Bay Rays. This is also paper. It is purple to 250. It's going to the Kansas City Royals. Chrome refractor base parallel to 499 Rangers. That little bad boy right there, that is orange paper to 25 Dustin May for the Dodgers. This is blue paper to 150. It is Anthony K for the Blue Jays. Another chrome parallel base refractor to 499 Amaya and the Cubbies. And then we have a teal shimmer Rodriguez for the Baltimore Orioles. And it is numbered to 125. Now the autograph recap. We've got the Dodgers and pages, the Kansas City Royals with a sparkle Bobby Witt Jr. It's a nice hit. And then this shiny gold one. Nice. Number to 50. It's headed to the Tampa Bay Rays. Proctor. And the Yankees managed to get a refractor parallel autograph, numbered to 499. San Diego Padres bringing home a base autograph. And then a nice little Dustin May that is also a refractor parallel autograph to 499. That one for the Dodgers. All right, so there is the break and the recap. I am going to put up all the shipping and other information again right now because I know people have kind of come in and out as we've been doing this. So if you missed it earlier, here's what you need to know. Once again, this was the break that ended on eBay on Friday night, the 22nd, which we had to reschedule to the 27th because the product didn't arrive. Oh, and I forgot to recap one thing, didn't I? The baseball. Yeah, shoot. Well, we'll do it in a second. So I'm hoping to have this out the door and on the way to you by Saturday. If I can get it done sooner than that, I will. I'm hoping it won't be any later than that. I'm moving this, of course, to the front of the line to get this sorted and shipped because you all were so wonderfully patient waiting for it all to come in, thanks to Topps and their fiasco. This is what it looks like coming up in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, Noir Basketball in a 4-box case quantity. Those are loose boxes from shared cases in a case quantity break. 6 boxes of Select Baseball, back half of a case, starting a little bit later than normal, 9:15 Eastern, 7:15 Pacific. That's Friday night. Saturday night, Sunday night are both off nights. Monday night, it is 2020 Contenders Draft Picks Football. Half case break, break number 1, loose boxes from a shared case. That is a Friday release. We are going to break it on Monday to make sure it gets here. Similarly, Noir came out tonight, but we're going to wait and break it, tomorrow because I wanted to make sure it got here. Now, the other thing we have to recap, which I forgot to recap, you might remember I added in a memorabilia item because of the delay break. I just bought an autographed baseball memorabilia item. We opened it at the very top of the break. It turned out to be a guy from Major League, an actor, Tom Berenger. Well, I've already changed up the focus. Can you see it from back there? Anyway, it goes to the Indians because, of course, the Indians were the subject of Major League. And there is our Beckett authentication sticker, Beckett authentication card that goes with it, and that goes to the Indians. That's the last thing I needed to recap. So yeah, I had to think about that a minute, guys, but in the past, whenever we've pulled Major League stuff, whether it's autographed jerseys by one of the actors or whatever, the Major League stuff has always been considered hits for the Indians because the movie was about the Indians. So it makes sense that would go to the Indians too, because that's how we normally do it. So that's where our bonus item went. And that is it for me tonight. Thank you, everyone, once again, for your tremendous patience waiting until tonight for us to break the product. I really appreciate you. I, of course, am going to be back at it tomorrow night. If I don't see you again then, I hope I will see you again sometime soon. In the meantime, stay safe and happy and healthy. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.